Hello! This is me, and this is very comfortless. I decided to challenge myself for this season to start creating more video content, and I will be putting it mainly on YouTube. I've also decided to go English. This is the sled that I will ride this season. 2025 Polaris Khaos 9R. And for this video I will be going over some the modes, accessories that I use and how I think they impact my riding. So we're gonna go over everything from handlebars, protection, handlebars, grip plates, suspension, seat covers. So let's see. We're going to start by doing the seat cover. So let's mount it. We're gonna start off by removing the old seat, which is pretty simple. It's just one bolt to the back. We'll start off by removing the seat. Next up, what we'll have to do is remove all of this. To install the seat cover, it's basically just like removing it, only in reverse. Seat cover mounted. It's time to mount the brackets for the tunnel bags and other accessories that might be used on the tunnel. So it's pretty simple, straightforward. You use these pieces supplied by Polaris once you buy a bag or separately, and you just bolt it straight to the tunnel. Let's go over the front, handlebars, kill switch, throttle. I think one of the most crucial adjustments you can do to a machine is changing the handlebar setup, because everyone is built different, so you really need to find what works best for you. It could be the width, height, angle, both this way and this way. So everyone should really try to find what works best for them. I run my setup fairly low with a flush mounted riser, Cheetah Factory Racing 2-inch bulldozer bar, and also a finger throttle. Underneath the hood on the clutch side you have all the connectors for the heaters and all the switches and buttons. So it could be reached without removing all this plastic, but I just think it's way easier to just remove it. Now I will show you a really cool trick. Some people like to have a really low riser, but they could be hard to find and sometimes pricey as well. I found that regular handlebar mounts for dirt bikes fits pretty much straight on. All you have to do is just cut along the edge and remove this little knob that normally just goes into the steering. All you have to do to use this one is just drill these holes up to 8.5 millimeters. The way I like to do it is to have the main angle of the handlebar go aligned to the steering column. That gives me the best feeling. I run my setup mostly the same every year, and that way I have prepared a separate handlebar, so it's very easy to just switch the old one out. This is the setup I use on my handlebar. 0 rise from the mounting point and a 2-inch rise Cheetah Factory Racing Bulldog 2.0. I think one of the most crucial things you can change is the handlebars. It will alter the feel of the machine and the way you will handle it. And I think some people just need to experiment. You can change the height, width, angle, bend. You should really take in consideration to try. And I know a lot of people just try, for example, they hop on my sled, feel the handlebars on flat ground. And that's not really a good way to feel how the handlebar is for you. If you think about it, the time when the handlebar is the most important part is when you're at a steep level. So you need to take in consideration when feeling the handlebar. Think about it that the machine will be anywhere around 45-degree angle, and that's when you can feel how the handlebar will act out in the terrain. Now that the handlebar is finished, we can move on to the next thing. Let's mount the rear bumper. Now it's time to start thinking about suspension. I ride with Elines. I think they are a great suspension brand, which really performs well with my type of riding. The suspension is also one of my top prioritized adjustments, because suspension alone can also alter how the machine behaves and how you feel it while riding. Now we're going to take care of the front end and do a complete rebuild. That's it. This is the setup I like to ride on my sleds. This year the only difference is that I will be running a woodpecker 34-inch front end and see how that works. Will be exciting. I also want to give a big shout out to Ryan at Rocks FX. When ordering the seat cover from them, he actually in person reached out to confirm that it would fit because the 25s have lower seat. So that's great. I am going to use stomp grips as well, but they will be mounted after putting the graphics on it. So you have to stay tuned to see how that turns out. And also, I want to give a big thank you to anyone still watching. This has been very awkward and challenging, but it's a start, and I plan on doing this type of stuff more often, if I get good response of course. If no one wants it, I can't do it. This has been my first video, so I'm kind of nervous, but I'm still excited. So check out my socials, drop a follow, and watch the next video.